Hello, my wonderful people. How are you doing today? We're gonna have some more King of the Hill. Oh no, I lied. This is not King of the Hill. This is Tournament Battles. So I don't know if you guys have realized, but everybody in my group has been extremely good so far. I believe, I think 3 out of the 5 of us were King of the Hills at some point. We're actually the best player in the world at some point, and obviously, I lost to the 3 people that we've seen so far. So, yeah, I'm one of the only people who's not been king, and hopefully we'll do all right. I mean, obviously, I'm looking for a loss here. I'm just preparing for the evil losses to happen to me. The starting map is Snowy Castle, which is one of my actual favorite maps. I actually like Snowy Castle. I used to hate Snowy Castle, by the way. I used to be like, this is evil map. This map's so stupid. And I've slowly adapted my strategy to make it somewhat fun for me. I've realized that Ring of Fires are obviously the way to go, and then boats actually are pretty effective as well. The reason why boats are so effective is basically for the late game. I mean, early game, yeah, they help out a little bit for helping you not lose too many lives, but late game, stopping BFBs instantaneously like that can be an extremely amazing thing. You pretty much need that. So as you can tell right now, I'm actually technically in the lead for lives. I mean, that's not that important, because for the most part, you're probably not going to go to level 40. You know, you could maybe go that far if you're really freaking good, but I'm probably not going to go that far. So what I did was, instead of going for an early Ring of Fire on level 8 and just surviving the yellows, I decided to go for a mortar instead. Honestly, that maybe not the best thing to do. It's probably pretty similar to getting the mortar up, but the thing about it is you don't waste any money for selling things, and you can still keep your economy up fairly high, and you already have a good solid defense for level 13. All you need to do is get that Ring of Fire up, and you got everything all set up for you. So things are looking pretty good for us, I'd say. He's got a Ring of Fire mortar, and usually, even though the Ring of Fire mortar can somewhat get killed by Rika Rainbows, you really need to set out a bajillion of them, and it's usually just not worth it to even try to do that, especially when I only have like $1,000. Like, I would have to sell everything and go for a full-out rush, and he might still be able to defend it with his random towers over there. Anyways, level 15, he went for a couple boats down in the bottom there, and why he put his Ring of Fire over there is going to stop the regrow-led ceramic rush that a lot of people tend to do right around this time. And I just went for a few ceramics, or a few ninjas really quick right in the middle. Not that expensive, but at least it'll help out a little bit. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but I went for a camo regrow ceramic because of his mortar. His mortar spot was actually right in the middle of that big circle there instead of closer to the front. And what you could do is sometimes you could actually sneak through a random camo balloon throughout that thing. I actually thought I was going to, maybe not kill him, but do more damage than that. You can't kill him because he has over 100 lives, but if he had less than 100 lives, one ceramic could have killed him. It was a pretty hefty rush, though. That was like, what, $2,000 for one of those balloons? I know, it's kind of expensive. And things are just getting more and more intense every second. Again, I am ahead in lives, so technically I could just defend until the very end and still win this game. I think I might end up going for something like that. My defense is pretty solid, but my economy is fairly low. Only less than 1,000 by the time you get here. I've realized that a lot of people who do this kind of thing usually have a little bit better economy than me, but they usually can defend most of these things fairly easily. I'm getting ready for my Bloon Jitsu 2-4 Sabotage Supply Lines. So hopefully if he does rush me with anything, at least I'll have more time to try and do stuff. But I still have quite a bit of money, so I decided to go for a little bit of eco as well. And I realized, holy crap, I forgot about level 23's Moab. And it looks like I am going to lose some lives, but he lost a crap load of lives over there. Oh my goodness, he's down to 39. I lost like 20 because I got an extra boat up in there, but that was pretty darn crazy. Maybe we just got lucky with it? I don't even know. So I decided to go for a big group of boats right here. Big bad group of boats. We got 3, 6, 9 boats already in combination with our 2 already fancy towers down there, the 4-2 Ninja and the 2-3 Ninja. And it looks like we are doing a fairly good job at defeating most of these blues. Level 25 is where it starts to get really intense. You get ceramics on top of Moabs and all that stuff, and then on the next level you get multiple Moabs coming out. So yes, the things just start to increase fairly quickly. And with my somewhat low economy, I'm a little bit afraid, I'll admit it. So I decided to get a few more boats in here. It looks like I'm finally getting enough boats to survive these things, but again, just barely. For most of my extra money, I was thinking either getting a 2-4 Ninja or another 4-2 Ninja, and I decided for a 4-2 Ninja first, and then hopefully I get a 2-4 Ninja pretty soon, because if you do waste the 2-4 Ninja, it takes a long time before that guy comes back. So as far as rushing goes, I really don't want to rush, So if I do go for a rush and it fails, I'll lose the game. It's as easy as that. So I'm just going to wait it out a little bit. I'm not going to rush. Again, I'm ahead in lives. I'd much rather do a counter rush if he does try to rush me. A full-out rush, he's probably going to have to go all out against me. Maybe I'll do a quick counter rush to hopefully kill him those few little 38 lives right there. But at the moment, there's really nothing that I can do. Like, there's no good solid rush. He's got a lot of boats over there. He's got a lot of good things over there. But anyways, for level 30, make sure you get that 2-4 boat up to insta-kill that BFB. Otherwise, that could be a pretty big problem for you. And it looks like we are doing a fairly good job. We got 4 solid ninjas over there. I don't even know how this guy's surviving these moabs so easily. I really don't know. It seems like he's just doing an excellent job against them. With my 4 Fortune ninjas, I'm still, like, beating these moabs, but not as fast as his boat spam. I don't know why is a boat spam so freaking amazing. No idea. There we go. We got a bunch of moabs coming out in here. Whoa. So I had to actually... Whoa. Whoa. Are we going to die here? We almost died right there. That was straight up ridiculous. I don't even know what happened right there. It looks like we have not enough moab popping power. That's like the main thing. Don't know why. It seems like we should have enough moab popping power, but it's just not. And on his side, it looks like, oh my god, what the heck happened there? So it looks like he ended up mortar stalling with a 2-4 mortar, and that seemed to make him survive. Or me, I just thought I had enough defense. I thought the moabs wouldn't be that bad. And I ended up losing the game to natural blue. It's kind of sad. But it is what it is. And I think my weakness is, as you guys probably know, late game. I'm not a huge late game fan lately. And when I do go late game, usually I can handle myself, but I'm not a pro at it by any means. This guy is going with a boat strategy as well. I think most people tend to go with a boat strategy on the lot. Sometimes you see a ninja mortar strategy or something like that, but for the most part, I think the boat strategy is just solid. But you're noticing one weird thing about my tower choice today. I decided not to go for farms. I decided to go for a boomerang instead. I don't know if the boomerang was the best idea that I could have gotten, but I kind of wanted to not try. I guess it was kind of try something new. I just didn't want to go for farms. I realized that when I go for farms on a lot of these maps, I end up screwing myself over right around level like 8. I go for too many farms. I don't get a Ring of Fire in time. I sell my farms anyways, and I just don't have enough monies overall. So it just ended up screwing me over, and it sucks. So we're doing a big chunk of damage to him. It looks like we did actually a fairly good rush so far. I think our rush was a little bit better than his, actually, based on lives. We did more damage to him than he did to us, but again, it was a barely type of thing. And we're already on level 6. We've got a couple boats. I don't know. Attack shooter's getting up there, but for level 8, what do we want to do? Do we get the Ring of Fire? Or do we go for something crazy? So I decided to go for a big green rush right here. Big green rush. Because I knew that his boats probably weren't going to be able to handle it. But it looks like his boats actually surprisingly were able to handle that big green rush. We didn't do very many lives of damage. But here's the big issue for us now. I decided, okay, I've never done this before, but I'm going to try it anyways. Frickin' 3-0 boomerang. And it's working okay, but it's definitely not pro. Like, I mean, it's a little bit risky to go for, especially if he starts rushing me right in between the natural balloons coming out. That's probably the biggest issue. So my economy is fairly low right now. I mean, 500's not that bad, and I do have a fairly good defense, but I felt like I could have gotten just a little bit higher. And he does end up deciding to rush me with a few camo pinks just to do some extra damage in there. And I'm going to get my boat up in time with, not in time, but a little bit late, my boat up with some camo checks just to help out a little bit against those random pink camos that are going to come out against me. Because you can sneak a lot of those guys through the mortar. Oh. This gets really crazy. Rainbows are possible. Ceramics are possible. What are we gonna do? And it looks like I did magically survive that rush. The Rigo ceramics were not. The Rigo ceramic rush was just not enough to take me down. But I don't think I can do any sort of crazy rushes just yet. Let's go for it. Should we go for it? Yeah. We're gonna go for it. A few Rigo leads. Rainbow and a ceramic all at once. Could we possibly do some damage? Could we kill him? Could we take him down? We do a bunch of damage, but not enough to kill him. We just need a little bit more. Just a little bit more to take him down. Anyways, for level 18 right here. I don't know the best way to take down moabs with just boats. Normally, I would get some sort of destroyer or something like that. So, but we're going to go for this moab. We're going to go for a quick moab. I got a bunch of boats over here. Hopefully it's enough to take him down. I don't have any ninjas. I probably should have got a ninja. Oh no, it looks like he did take me down, but the moab would have gotten through his side as well. And that was just straight up awful. That was bad luck on my part. And I guess, I don't know. It was partially luck because The balloons are going through both of our sides. I just had more moab popping power. I just have enough moab popping power. If I got, if I was a little bit better microer and I got a blade maelstrom up or something like that, I would have been able to survive that, and he probably would have died. But nonetheless, we need to continue on here and play Zen Garden. This could be the final game. If he beats me right now, he could 3-0 me, and I would just feel so bad. Not really. It would be totally understandable for me to get 3-0'd. Anyways, we're going to continue on here, getting our delicious tack shooter and ninja strategy. He's going for a ninja mortar strategy, which you do see every once in a while, but it looks like I'm actually doing a much better job than he is. He's losing a crap load of lives. I've decided to go for just straight up pinks instead of a mixture of blues and pinks. When you see somebody with just a ninja mortar strategy, straight up pinks is usually just a little bit better to go for. So I actually moved my tack shooter spot just a tiny bit. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I put a little bit closer to the right side over there so I can hopefully defeat Rico Rainbows just a little bit easier. Normally I put a little bit higher up and have one extra shot, one little like tack on the corner there, hit the natural balloons that come out. But I'm like, no way, man. Can't do that today. We got to go more for a solid defense against scent balloons rather than the natural balloons. And I'm doing fine on lives anyways. I mean, that's not freaking 3 lives lost so far. That's like nothing. It is nothing. I mean, that's probably the best I've ever gotten. So I did decide to go for a quick Ring of Fire as soon as I saw those regrow whites, because what people do is they tend to go for regrow whites to make you buy a higher level ninja, and then you can't afford the Ring of Fire, and then then they send out yellows against you, and then you're just like, well, what the heck, man, I just lost a crap load of lives to that rush. It's a very good idea. I think I should probably do it more often. I tend not to, because I just don't think about it. Straight up, it's that easy. So I'm losing too many lives right here. I probably should have gotten a 3rd tier ninja before I got my mortar up. But it's okay, we got the mortar up in time. We're going to get the ninja upgraded at least a little bit. And now we have a fairly similar defense. I mean, my eco's probably like a little bit better than his, I think. I mean, I got one extra farm upgrade, and I probably have a fairly similar scent eco, but he did send out those yellow balloons. So it's pretty much the same thing right now. Anyways, both people, if they were fairly smart, would probably go for a 4th tier ninja. I decided to go for one regrow ceramic just to test it out, and it obviously didn't work. But it's okay, it's only 450 bucks, it's not a huge deal if it fails or anything like that. And now is about the time where everybody should farm. Farm nice and heavy, and everything will work out. So by the time we get to level 18, this is going to get, woo! It's going to be crazy intense. So probably both going to go for a Moab rush, and then it's kind of who can defend the Moab, and then who can move on and defend possibly a BFB if we do survive the Moab rush. So here we go. I sent out a Moab. I do have a fairly low-level ninja, so I have to sell all of my things. I went for a 2-4 ninja. Got to sell that guy right away. Go for a second 4th tier ninja, and we both defend the Moab, but his was a regrow, and mine was a regular. So he's down to 0 farms, while I still have 2 farms left, so I don't know how much money he has left over, but we're going to have to get pretty darn crazy in here pretty darn soon. The question is, can we defend some of these hardcore balloons? So we're going to go for, we went for a Moab against me again. I'm going to go for my 2-4 ninja really quickly, get the 2-4 ninja upgrade. I'm going to go for another 4-2 ninja. Could we defend all of these blues? He went for a huge rush against me, and he sold his 4-2 ninja, and we do end up taking him down. Straight up amazing. He went for a crazy rush right there, but we somehow defended it with all those 4-2 ninjas. Alright, so if you're curious, why the heck is this all messed up? Well, I forgot to record my game. Once in a lifetime thing, usually. I don't normally forget, but no, I do. Every once in a while you realize that it's really easy to forget something. Forget to record this, forget to set up the microphone, forget to set up something else. There's so many things you can get messed up. But luckily enough, iStab was nice enough to me to give me the game. So he recorded this, and that's why it might be a little bit lower quality. Also, he gave me an AVI instead of normally I record an MP4, so I ended up my Sony Vegas doesn't really like AVIs, so I had to re-render it in Windows Movie Maker to make it a video source that I could use. So long story short, it's a little bit messed up because he gave me the video instead of my recording of the video. So how we doing so far? Honestly, it's hard to see. It's hard to see what's even going on. To be honest. It's not that bad. I usually like to do high quality stuff though, not reasonably low quality stuff. Because he's playing on low quality, by the way. Which, if you guys are really intense about the game, feel free to get that going on. You know, get the low quality if you really want to. It makes everything fit just a little bit easier. And I feel like the balloon pops sometimes happen just a little bit easier with explosions and stuff like that. don't know. It's not all the time, but I just feel like it a little bit. So we went for a pretty hefty rush right there. He went for some greens, or I went for, excuse me, I thought that was me on the side. I went for a big rush of greens and yellows against him, and we actually did a pretty big chunk of damage to him. And I'm going to get my mortar up for level 8, and I'm hoping that that's going to be enough. I have a tack shooter, a ninja, and a burning stuff mortar, so let's hope that that's enough. I did decide to go for a little bit of yellows, but more for eco rather than to try and kill him. And there's some regrow whites against me, but I'm not going to move my mortar to try and defend those regrow whites. That's one mistake that I often make against a lot of people, is I'll move my mortar to try and kill the regrow whites a little bit better, and then the yellows will end up killing me because my mortar is not attacking the yellows. A lot of people do that, including me. It's a smart thing to do. Just leave your mortar where it is, usually, in most situations. And I still fall for it every once in a while. I'm like, oh, I got to get rid of the regrow whites, and then yellows just take me down. Alright, so we're going to go for, he's going to go for a really quick rush against me. He's going to go for these leads and zebras. I don't know if you guys can tell, it's just really confusing for me to watch somebody else play. I'm just not, especially when I'm in the game. It's just weird for me. I'm like, oh, I'm setting up blues. No, wait, he's sending out blues. So level 13, this is where it gets really crazy. Could we send us some regrow rainbows? No, probably not. I don't think he's going to be able to, he will be able to defend a regrow rainbow rush with the current defense. And he's got some farms, so he can buy and sell some stuff if he really wants to. Buy a Fortune Ninja or something like that. But he's losing a lot of lives to Natural Bloom, where we really are not, because I have that 3rd tier cannon right there, which I feel like is a pretty nice help. I also got a couple random ninjas in here. We're going to go for some Regrow Ceramics, and it looks like we took him down with the Regrow Ceramics. His Fortune Ninja was just not fast enough, and we took him down. So now this is the final game. ISAB is going to go for the same strategy as me. Obviously, everybody goes on everybody goes Ninja Mortar lately. You could go other things. You can go boats and stuff like that, but you're just not going to get a high enough economy for late game. You could do it. It's just usually not worth it. So we got the Ninja Mortar strategy going on for both of us. He's actually sent out a few Space Blues for some reason. Not sure why. Maybe he's trying to do a little bit of extra damage to me, because as you can see, it's causing more issues, but it's really not doing any more damage to me. Plus, by the time we get to level 4 anyways, we're going to have to get a fairly high-level ninja. We're going to have to get a 2-1 ninja to defend all these pink balloons. And even then, the 2-1 ninja is not perfect against the pink balloons, so you have to get something else. You have to get either a extra ninja or something else along those lines. So we actually went for a little bit of a mix there. He went for the blues and the pinks. For me, I was just like, screw him. I'm going for straight up pinks, because I know the ninja can't deal with those pinks that well. So it looked like we did a little bit more damage to him than he did to us. We both had to get that extra ninja up. I had just a little bit more time to get some extra eco, though, on top of that. And I feel like every single game so far, we've actually been ahead in lives. I think I'm getting a little bit better at rushing people in the early game and just staying ahead in lives and making people think that they're behind and they have to rush. And usually, I know that I do that too. I'm like, oh, I have to rush, level 22. Gotta rush or else I'm going to lose this game. Yeah, usually that's what happens. Anyways, there's some black balloons coming out against me. I got my 3rd tier ninja. I got my Bernie stuff mortar. And as you can tell, my economy is actually really bad. It's 400 right now on level 7. That's bad. Straight up terrible. So I'm going to get my boomerang going in here. We got to get the boomerang up to 3-0 fairly quickly. Otherwise, the balloons are going to end up killing us. So hopefully he doesn't rush me with a yellow rush or anything like that. So he's going to go for some regrow whites, but my mortar's going to cause them to regrow too much. And he goes for another one of those things, and I'm down $100 on this thing rush, and he's going to kill me with these regrow yellows. Poop, poop, poop. Good game, though, and have a super duper delicious day.